everybody, and welcome back to the world of Movie Melee. I am your host, the King Kaleb Koho, and tonight we are back with round 2 of our summer series tournament. The Pick'em continues. Joining me tonight is the current team's champion, the Cinemaster, Payson Johnson. How you doing, Payson?
I'm doing great. Yeah. I think we have an exciting match on paper. Last time we saw Igor, he was the number 1 seed in this tournament, called out Ryan Payne, was able to beat Ryan Payne. Nazario Montenegro was actually called out by Matt Quaylar. Nazario showed a very dominant performance against Matt. Now this time Igor called out Nazario. I think it's going to be a fun match.
Absolutely. I believe Nazario's words in the call-out video were, "This isn't Fandom? Okay, I got a chance." So I think Nazario feels like he has a chance to win this one today. So we'll start by talking to him. Mr. VHS Nazario Montenegro, I think you have the shortest response of anyone in the draft special, where you were just like, all right, cool. Thoughts on playing Igor?
I mean, I'm here. We'll do it. I have a question for you, though. Why didn't you put in my manager? They're driving a car, but they are here.
No, Adelaide Spence is not allowed to manage. They wrote the document. That is just not a thing. This is not a thing that actually allow. So, unfortunately, managerless tonight, unless Jim Green just magically appears. We'll bring in...
I have my own manager here.
Oh. A celebrity, my God. It's very rare. We'll go ahead. We'll bring in your opponent today, Igor Kasic, the Bone Doctor, and his manager, Miracle Matthew Chen. You... won round 1 against Ryan Payne. You called your shot. You were able to pull it off. And now you called out Nazario. Thoughts on the match today, and how are you feeling?
Well, I didn't know I'd be facing Nazario and Stay Puft. This is a little intimidating here. These mind games must stop. This is chaotic already. No, I'm just kidding. It's going to be a fun match. Nazario always knows how to bring good energy, and I'm hoping to experience that good energy. And hopefully a porta-potty moment here and there. Right, Nazario?
Hell yeah.
Matthew, what thoughts from you?
Yeah, I mean, I've played Nazario before, and he's definitely someone you don't want to count out. So, yeah, I think just hopefully some good luck to Igor today.
For sure. All right, then we'll go
Loving
ahead.
the mustache. Loving that mustache.
All right, so we'll go ahead. We'll get into round number 1, which works like this. You're entering the whiteboard round. You're going to get 8 questions from 8 different areas within the realm of general movie trivia. Should you get all 8 questions correct, you'll be issued a bonus question. You have 3 repeats for the entirety of the match to challenge rule any questions as we get into round number 1.
No.
All right. Then your first question will come in the category of the 1990s. Who plays Amon Goth in Schindler's List? Were you alive when this movie came out, Payson?
I was not. I had like 4 years left to stew in my mother's stomach. That's not how it was.
No, I was an afterthought.
Fair.
I would come out 7 years later. 5, 4, actually no, 3, 2, 1, 6 years. That's what I'm trying to do. Math's hard when you're counting. Don't do it. We're gonna go to Igor.
I was born, but just barely. Rafe Fiennes.
And we're gonna go to Nazario.
It's Ray Fiennes, but why is it spelled rough?
I don't understand that either.
No one knows.
1-1 is
Ask Joe Fairley.
Absolutely. Your second question will be coming to you in the category of musicals. What is the profession of the title character in Bye Bye Birdie? Have you ever had like a bird around your house and one day they just grew up and you had to say bye bye?
No.
Okay. I'm trying to be a little emotional, but then you laugh.
I was gonna just say, like, have you been in a musical? But okay, that works too, I guess. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down. We're gonna go to Nazario.
Dancer.
We're gonna go to Igor.
A maid.
Both are incorrect. We're looking for singer. A singer. So with that, no perfect rounds as we get to your third question in the category of directors. James Whale and Lee Wanell have both directed films with what title?
Now, whenever I see the title Bye Bye Birdie, the first thing that comes to my mind, and many people of my generation, the great episode of Pokemon, Bye Bye Butterfree, where Ash has to let his Butterfree go.
Okay.
What?
Caterpie was the first Pokemon Ash ever caught, and it was very emotional. He had evolved from a Caterpie to a Metapod to a Butterfree. Bye-bye.
My experience with Pokemon goes as far as the Ryan Reynolds movie and Pokemon Go to the polls. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down, we're gonna go to Igor.
Didn't come up with anything other than Frankenstein.
We're gonna go to Nazario.
It's the Invisible Man.
It is the Invisible Man. So Nazario will take the 2-1 lead going into your fourth question.
Yes, your fourth question will come to you in the category of animation.
Yeah.
Which 2000s animated film features a hallucinogenic drug called Substance D? You ever take any hallucinogenic drugs, Koho?
No. And why would you ask this question with a lawyer present?
Tell us, Koho. Tell us your stories about hallucinogenic drugs.
Listen, I don't want to have to hire Igor to get me out of the mess that you're putting me through, okay? Let's save me a couple $100,000.
Repeat.
That was Nazario's first repeat.
In the category of animation, which 2000s animated film features a hallucinogenic drug called Substance D? So you're telling me you've never thrown on like Dark Side of the Moon, taken a little bit of LSD, and just went to Magic Hour with Kaleb Koho?
Oh, yeah, that's not my middle name.
Okay.
Not my middle name either. That's not correct.
Don't do
Have
that.
have I taken a gummy of some sort and just floated away to Batman Forever? Yes, I have, though.
That's fair. That's fair.
5, 4, 3,
Kill me, kiss me, kill me.
1. Yeah, there you go. Pens down. We're going to go to, I believe we're at Nazario.
I took a shot with the Simpsons movie.
Now we're going to go to Igor.
Perhaps. I don't even know if this is 2000s. Akira.
Both incorrect, looking for a Scanner Darkly. So you're going into your fifth question, the category of fantasy sci-fi. What is the name of the newspaper that Clark Kent writes for in 1978's Superman?
Do you still get the newspaper where you live?
Okay, so real talk. This actually is a funny story. I had a situation where I needed to read a news story from my local newspaper because it directly pertained to work, and like my boss was like, I need to be able to read the paper, so I paid 99 cents to be able to read the article online.
Interesting. That's how much.
It was only 99 cents, but I was just like, here's a, basically $1.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're gonna go to Igor.
The Daily Planet.
Fuck.
Mario.
I didn't write that.
The Daily Planet is correct, so we are all tied up 2-2 as we get to your next question from Mason.
Yes, your next question will be coming to you in the category of Oscars. Who won Best Actor for films released in 1989? I like that last question because I was just thinking, I was like, yeah, there are a lot of fictional newspapers and a lot of fandom movies. Like 3 come to mind. And I was like, yeah.
Sure.
Could have gone Daily Planet, Daily Bugle, Daily Prophet.
Well, look at you go. Fandom.
Yeah.
You're making.
I'm a fandom champion. Pacey Johnson, next fandom champion. Brittany, watch.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're gonna go to Nazario,
William Hurt.
and we're gonna go to Igor.
Al Pacino.
Both incorrect. Looking for Daniel Day-Lewis.
Left foot.
My left foot.
foot, exactly. So we'll go to your penultimate question, the category of the 2010s. Max and Annie first meet doing what kind of activity in game night?
Have you seen this movie?
I love this movie.
Really great. Yeah, really, really funny movie.
I think it's maybe the funniest movie of the decade.
Not sure I'd go that far, but it is up at least like top 10 or top 5 for me. Like I think it's really, really entertaining. Jesse Plemons, everyone talks about him. Excellent in this movie.
He is fantastic. We go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down. You're going to go to Igor.
Charades.
And we're going to go to Nazario.
Bar trivia.
Bar trivia is correct. So Nazario will take the 3-2 lead until your last question. In what category, Payson?
Yes, your final question is: there are no perfect rounds in the category of recent releases. Florence Pugh plays a princess in what recent release? Or as some people might say, looking at her name, Florence Pug.
Ooh. Who has ever said that?
I don't know. Some people that are just pronounce what they see might say it. You never know.
True, but
look, I was on a call with Mark Menchaca, and he called her Gabrielle Union, and I was like, Gabrielle Union? Is she an angel? It's Gabrielle Union. What are we doing?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down. We will go to Nazario.
Dune Part 2.
And we'll go to Igor.
Dune Part 2.
Dune Part 2 is correct. So at the end of round number 1, Nazario is in the lead 4-3. And the happens to get to round number 2, which is the wheel round, and it works like this. You're each going to get 5 questions within a specific category worth 2 points apiece from the lovely wheel from wheelside.com. If you like the category, land on 5 questions worth 2 points apiece. If you want to, you can go to multiple choice, D-dials it down to being only worth 1 point. If you don't like the thing you land on the first time, you can spin again, but you're stuck with it if you land on the second time. Your categories on the wheel tonight are directed by Ridley Scott, View Askew Universe, 1970s, crime, 2000s, animation, comedy, and sci-fi fantasy. Nazario, you are in the lead. Would you like to go first or defer to Igor?
I would ask Mike, and he would tell me to go first. And I'll tell him to go fuck himself. And then I'll defer to Igor. So, that.
All right, Igor. So this will be your first spin at the wheel as we bring in your manager. And you land on the category of comedy. So to keep it or spin again?
I don't hate it, but it's super broad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of feeling spinning again.
Yeah, I'd say we can spin again.
I think it's fair. Yeah, we'll spin it. I'll spin again.
All right, you will be stuck with every line on this spin. And you will be getting questions in the realm of comedy.
All right.
So we'll go ahead
You got
and
this.
put wheel back, put Matthew back, and I'll go ahead and give you your questions in the category of comedy. Are you ready?
Sure.
All right, your first question in the category of comedy. In No Hard Feelings, Percy spends his time volunteering at what type of location?
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A, food bank, B, animal shelter, C, retirement home, or D, blood drive.
Say retirement home.
That is incorrect, Nazario. The chance for the 1 point steal. Your options again are A, food bank, B, animal shelter, C, retirement home, or D, blood drive.
I think it's an animal shelter.
That is correct for 1 point. All right, Igor, your second question. Who plays the titular role in the 1987 film Roxanne?
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A, Meg Ryan, B, Daryl Hannah, C, Andy McDowell, or D, Ali Sheedy. Loud noises.
Daryl Hannah.
That is correct for 1 point. All right, your third question. What profession is Marissa Tomei's character revealed to have in Crazy Stupid Love?
Multiple choice.
All right, your multiple choice options are A, clothing store worker, B, real estate agent, C, teacher, or D, flight attendant? Four.
Repeat the options.
All right, your options again are A, clothing store worker, B, real estate agent, C, teacher, or D, flight attendant.
Flight attendant.
That is incorrect. Nazario, the chance for the 1 point steal. Your options are A, clothing store worker, B, real estate agent, C, teacher, or D, flight attendant.
Let's try teacher.
Teacher is correct for the 1 point steal. All right, Igor, your fourth question. In The Big Lebowski, what do the intruders do in the dude's home that causes him to go see Mr. Lebowski about damages?
They urinated on his rug.
Hell yeah.
That's correct for 2 points.
Give the scientific answer, if you will.
Scientific answer. I believe what we have here is piss on a rug. And your final question in comedy. Blood Like Wine Publishing can be found in what mystery comedy?
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A, See How They Run, B, Knives Out, C, Game Night, or D, Murder by Death.
Knives Out.
That is correct for 1 more point. So at the end of his turn, Igor gets a score up to 7. Those steals puts Nazario at 6 as we will bring back the wheel for Nazario's spin. And you land on the 1970s, so to keep it or spin again.
Spin again, please.
All right, so you'll be stuck with everyone on here. You'll be stuck in the category of the 2000s. Pacing, I'm going to go ahead and give Nazario's questions in the 2000s.
Okay.
Are you ready for your questions?
Not really. I liked everything else on that wheel except those two, but sure.
Great. Your first question. Jeffrey Rush plays what historical figure in Quills?
The Marquis de Sade.
That is correct for 2 points. Your second question. Who plays the villainous Capricorn in Inkheart?
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options, is it A, Andy Serkis, B, Paul Bettany, C, David Thewlis, or D, Brendan Gleeson?
Let's go with Thulis.
That is incorrect. Igor, a chance for a 1 point steal. Is it A, Andy Serkis, B, Paul Bettany, C, David Thewlis, or D, Brendan Gleeson?
Say Paul Bettany.
That is unfortunately also incorrect. We're looking for A, Andy Serkis. Nazario, your third question, category of the 2000s. In A Knight's Tale, the boys meet a woman named Kate who has what profession?
Multiple choice.
Are your multiple choice options? Is it A, blacksmith, B, innkeeper, C, farmer, or D, tailor?
Fuck me. It's a blacksmith.
That is correct for 1 point.
Should have guessed that.
The penultimate question in the category of 2000s. In The Wrestler, what was Randy Robinson's wrestling nickname?
The Ram.
That is correct for 2 points. And your final question in the category of the 2000s. Who directed 500 Days of Summer?
Mark Webb.
And that is correct for 2 points. So at the end of that round, Koho, I have Nazario getting a score up to 13, Igor not being able to get any steals, remaining at 7. Is that what you have, Koho?
That is exactly what I have. So with that, we move on to round number 3, which is the Pick Your Poison round, and it works like this. You guys have selected 8 categories to go on the draft board, and you'll be drafting again. Once a category has been taken, your opponent cannot get a question from that category. We go until you each have 4 categories that you'll then assign a 1, 2, 3, and 4-point value to, and we will go until there's a mathematical elimination and a winner. Your categories on the draft board tonight are animation, 2000s, sports, comic book movies, 1990s, action-adventure, family, and fandom. We'll go ahead and let them draft. We'll be back momentarily. All right, we're back. The competitors have chosen their categories. Igor, you are behind, so we'll let you go first. What category would you like for your 1-point value?
Animation.
All right. Payson, go ahead and give Igor his question in animation.
Absolutely. Igor, your first question, animation. Who voices the titular character in Fantastic Mr. Fox?
George Clooney.
Correct for 1 point.
For your 2-point question.
2000s.
All right.
Your 2-pointer in the category of 2000s. What is the name that Fogel gets on his fake ID in Superbad?
McLovin.
And that is correct for 2 points. Seemed like Nazario wanted that question.
That was a 1-pointer, my boot.
All right. So we will stay with Igor. What category would you like for your 3-point question?
Action adventure.
Ready.
All right, Igor, your 3-pointer in the category of action adventure. In National Treasure, the ship Ben and Riley are looking for in the Arctic is named after what U.S. city?
Five, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
That's your first repeat. In National Treasure, the ship Ben and Riley are looking for in the Arctic is named after what U.S. city?
I'm just guessing I'm not going to burn another repeat. I'll say the Baltimore.
That is unfortunately incorrect. We were looking for Charlotte. The secret lies with Charlotte.
All right. So we are down to Igor's 4-pointer in the category of fandom. If Igor hits, Nazario will have to answer some questions. If he doesn't, Nazario will be moving on to the semifinals. What is his question, Payson?
Igor, your 4-pointer in the category of animation. Of fandom. I'm so sorry. Name both Star Wars films to feature Alderaan.
A New Hope and Revenge of the Sith.
And that is correct for a big 4 points.
All right, so we'll move back to Nazario. What category would you like for your 1 point question?
Let's do sports.
All right, your 1 point question in the category of sports. Herman Boone is the head coach of the titular team in what sports film?
Remember the Titans.
That is correct for 1 point. Now we're in the position. If Nazario hits any of his next 3 questions, he will win the match. If he misses all 3, we'll be looking at sudden death. Nazario, what would you like for your 2 point question?
Give me family.
All right, your 2 point question in the category of family. Who stars as the young girl Cat who befriends the titular ghost in Casper?
Christina Ricci.
And your winner, Mr. VHS Nazario Montenegro. The answer was Christina Ricci. What a game, Payson.
Yeah, close match out of round 1. I think this match was just kind of established in round 2. Igor got a category. He was a little hesitant to take, which is why he spun again. Had to take comedy, and yeah, like Igor said, comedy just covers a wide variety of categories. Couldn't quite get the lead he wanted, and then Nazario, he said he didn't want 2000s. Still did pretty well in that category. So yeah, Igor played a pretty good game, kept it close towards round 3, hit his 4, but Nazario was able to pull it out at the end.
Absolutely. So we'll go ahead. We'll talk to our unfortunate second place finisher, Igor Kasic, his manager, Matthew Shen. A really solid overall performance. It just kind of comes down to that comedy round, not quite having as many like 2 point swings as being able as you necessarily need. Those steals definitely hurt you. How are you feeling about your performance?
Not the best I've ever played. Again, this kind of tournament is be careful what you wish for. Not that I was ever underestimating Nazario. I know he can play this game well, so wasn't taking him lightly. Definitely prepped for it, but yeah, sometimes you get questions you don't 100% can't get the pulse on. So yeah, first round wasn't my best. Second round wasn't my best. Third round went okay. I'm surprised he let me have Fandom, but at the end of the day, didn't really matter. He had a good cushion, and yeah, hats off to him. He did a great job in 2000s, much better than I did in comedy, and that was the deciding factor. So yeah, we'll be back.
Absolutely. Matthew, thoughts on the match?
Yeah, I mean, I think, Igor did the best that he could just with comedy. It's such a broad category. There's so many movies in it. So it's just like, got unlucky with some of the movies he got asked about, and unfortunately just couldn't get that 3-pointer to bring it. Maybe if Disney live action, maybe if Igor played Fandom when Disney live action was still there, but yeah, unfortunately, Igor will be back.
For sure. Well, this does knock you out of the Summer Series tournament. Is there anyone that you are hoping to face off against when you come back this year?
You know what? I'll put it in the hands of the showrunners. I've done enough calling out the past 2 weeks, or however long we've been doing this for. Let's say 2 matches. I'll take on whoever people think will be a good match. So yeah, just looking to bounce back. That's it.
All right, for sure. So we'll see you guys later. We'll bring in your winner, Nazario Montenegro. You kind of have been the upset king in terms of just like draft positions. Took out Matt. Now you just took out technically the 1 seed in Igor Kasic. How are you feeling about your performance today?
I mean, it was okay. Again, like Igor said, round 1 was very iffy. The one I'm kicking myself in is about the blacksmith one, because I couldn't remember the word blacksmith. I only remembered herrero in Spanish. And I remembered it had something to do with Smith. But I assumed that if I told you it was going to be a Smith that fixes weapons and shit, you would not take it. So, yeah, that cost me a point. Other than that, what the fuck, man? How am I in round 3? Like, these are my waning years. Like, I used to be good at this shit back before 2020, before the pandemic. And after that, it's been the up and down, win 1, lose 1, 500 record on every single fucking league I ever play in. And suddenly, what is the next thing? Quarterfinals, semifinals? What's coming?
You're in the semifinals now, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is the first time you've made it to the semifinals in Melee, which is pretty exciting.
It's very, very unlikely, and honestly, I'm just glad to play. Let's see what happens next.
For sure. Well, you are kind of in the position where you do not get a choice who you play by being the last seed out of everyone remaining. So I'll just ask you who you are hoping to face of the bunch, despite you not actually getting to choose. Who do you hope calls you out?
I'm not even sure who's still playing. Like, is the people in the chat there?
Yes. Yeah, everyone in the chat there is alive.
So they can all kick my ass severely. I'll say Jacoby because he's fun.
All right. Well, if Jacoby is around and an option, maybe he will call you out. We will see. So we will see you in the next round. Pace and put a bow on it.
Yeah. Once again, I think this was a really good match. Like Nazario kind of alluded to, he's been playing this game since our first season in Melee. He's never came this far. I think it is exciting to see him 2 matches away from a title shot. So let's see what happens.
For sure. It's been a thing this year where it's just kind of like the people who have been around a while, or like there's just been like people who have kind of been in that middle tier of players that are just having their Cinderella runs, getting deep into these tournaments. I'm excited to see it, and I'm happy that it's happening in Nazario too. So for everyone here, thank you so much for watching Movie Melee. That's been Igor, that's been Nazario, that's been Matthew, that's been Payson, I have been Kaleb, and this has been Movie Melee. We'll see you guys real soon with another great match.
Goodbye. Later.
After you, Junior. You'll always have Paris.
Bye-bye, boys.
Have fun storming the castle.
Think it'll wait?
She's been taken.
Goodbye.